Should I buy the 2022 Toyota Tacoma? Are there enough changes? Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. So the question begs, I have the Tacoma right now, the 2020, but there's a new model year coming out, the 2022 Toyota Tacoma. So as a truck or Tacoma enthusiast, I have to ask myself, should I get this new Tacoma? Has Toyota done enough to tempt me to buy this new Toyota Tacoma? So I went out, I looked a little bit to kind of see what have they done? What is there to entice me to trade off what I currently have, which I love, for the new version, the newest model? So there's not a lot. They've done a couple things, but I don't know. So first, we have the higher TRD Pro. I believe it's an inch and a half higher, something like that. But I don't really want a TRD Pro, so for me, that change is really irrelevant. Next up, they have the 4x4 only Trail Edition. They're continuing with the Trail Edition in a 4x4 configuration only. Now, I don't have a problem with that. I can go 4x4 or I can go 4x2, doesn't really matter, or 2x4, depending on what you're looking for. But it doesn't really make that big of a difference to me because I'm not a huge off-roader and we don't get inclement weather here. And by that I mean winter weather, like snow and ice and that kind of stuff. So, it really doesn't make any difference to me whether it's a 4x4 or 4x2 in the Trail Edition. And it's mostly just cosmetic things anyway, some added little things and stuff like that. Not a big deal. We do have some new colors. I've bought vehicles before based on color. I would say almost every vehicle I've bought was based on color. Or at least I decided what model I liked, what brand, and then chose a color. So what are they offering that's new along those lines? Well, we have a new electric lime metallic for the Pro only. So even if I did like that color, which I don't, it's only available on the Pro trim, and the Pro, as I mentioned, isn't something that I would be interested in buying. Second is Blue Crush Metallic. Now, this is kind of interesting. It is going to be available on different trim levels for the Tacoma, so it's not like they're pigeonholing one particular trim level for it. And it is pretty cool. I do like it. It's a darker, shinier, brighter, it's kind of hard to describe. It's a darker blue. Darker than the Voodoo Blue, and I will say it doesn't have the same pop that the Voodoo Blue does, but still, it is a pretty nice color. I do like it, and I'm kind of partial to blue anyway. It's too bad, though, that they're not coming out with some sort of cherry black or black cherry. Now, that would be cool, and I hate to say it, might even tempt me enough to go in and at least take a look. But the two that they're coming out with, not enough for me. If I was in the market and I was looking, I probably would strongly consider the new Blue Crush Metallic, but not enough for me to do anything. And that's really about it. There aren't a lot of things, matter of fact, there are hardly any, that Toyota is doing with the new Tacoma. And I think that's a bit of a problem for someone like me who loves the Tacoma line, but they don't make enough changes often enough for me to go out there and buy new ones. I went from the 2018 that I had to the 2020 for a few reasons. One, I wanted the manual transmission. That was probably the biggest reason, but that wasn't something new. It's been out for years, right? But they did come out with new options like the 2010, I think it's the 10-way power adjustable seat, the new radio, a little bit bigger screen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the 360-degree camera, all that stuff. So that was enough for me. To be honest, I probably would have done it anyway because I wanted the manual transmission. But having all these extra things that they've thrown in, or threw in back in 2020, back in 2020. It's been so long ago. That was enough to push me over the edge, right? And I do love this year. I think of the last several years that have come out, you know, the little tweaks that they've made over the last 10 years, whatever it's been, 2020 was probably the biggest as far as added options and features for the Tacoma. I don't know how they can top that in the future until they get to the redesign. Now, rumors are the redesign, and they're all over the place, but somewhere between 2023, which isn't that long, and 2025, 26, somewhere in there. I'm leaning more towards the 2024, 25 point in time myself, but we shall see. You know, the competition out there is hot, and Toyota needs to do something. We do have the new Tundra coming out, of course, but look how long it took for that new Tundra to come out. Assuming it comes out this year. Rumor is around September 19th. We shall see. So, the question is, should I buy a 2022 Toyota Tacoma? And the answer is no. There's just not enough out there, not enough changes for me to do anything. Plus, it would be a heck of a lot of work to take everything off of this one because I wouldn't trade it in the way it is. No way would I get the money that I have in this truck by trading it off at the dealer. I've talked about that before. While mods may be worth a lot to you and me, they're not worth anything to the dealer and can make the truck actually worth less if you've done too much to it or depending on what you've done to it. So no, I'm not interested in the 2022, not even for channel purposes. You know, a lot of the stuff that I do is for the channel, the YouTube channel. But there has to be enough change to make that worthwhile. In other words, just to go out and get a truck that's featured or equipped exactly the same as what I have right now is exactly what I have right now. So there's no real benefit in it. I can show everything I need to show on this truck and do everything I need to do on this truck without going out and spending money on a new one. Anyway, I'd be curious to know, are the really 3 changes that Toyota has made to the 2022 Toyota Tacoma enough for you to go out and trade? I'd be curious to know. Leave a comment. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra and my hunt for the upcoming redesigned Tundra. And RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.